Tzu Chi's 55th anniversary will soon occur. A special performance of the Lotus Sutra is being rehearsed. In addition to a sign language performance, members of Taiwanese opera and other performing artists also joined. Here's more. More than 200 employees of the Tzu Chi Humanitarian and Communication Center used their bodies to become a pair of wings of love, a sort of theatrical performance of the preface of the Lotus Sutra. For more than 3 years, the Tzu Chi ship has accumulated energy and continues to sail, a wonderful interpretation of this important sutra. At the beginning of March, a rehearsal stage was set up in the Jingsa Hall, New Taipei City, with seat volunteers from all over the country entering the rehearsal one after another. Tzu Chi volunteer Lu Ziyu is one of the planners. The idea for the show comes from the master's interpretation of the Lotus Sutra and the notes taken during a trip.
I found that the more I wrote the notes, the more pictures I wrote. And as long as the master taught about the Lotus Sutra, I would have an idea of the picture. The notes gave a lot of ideas. I found the third time the master taught something, I will keep drawing because it is very important.
Taking the key points to hear and teach the Dharma, and more importantly, present the serene and solemn state of the Lotus Sutra was her intention.
In the past, plays or sutras were just a convenient way to educate people. But when I came to the Lotus Sutra, the master often teaches that it is the realm of the Lotus Sutras, that kind of art, that music is in my spiritual scenery. So the Dharma is difficult to teach, which is the talent of the master.
As early as 2011, Tzu Chi Foundation used deductive methods to interpret the Buddhist classic Water Repentance Sutra. The center of stage, there is Taiwanese opera, modern dance, and real-life drama. A three-dimensional stage had sign language formations intertwined and circulating.
I think this is different from the Water Repentance Sutra. 10 years ago, as long as everyone is serious about repenting and discovering that you have had this mistake and that mistake, the pattern is personal and a personal confession. But the Lotus Sutra is the power of a group. Tzu Chi is on 5 continents. How many millions of people have you mobilized? And how many benevolent people have mobilized? The master has seen so much and passed one level after another. As I think the power of one person that can be accomplished by the power of several people.
The Buddha preached for 49 years. In the last 7 years, he talked about the Lotus Sutra and performed the real Dharma. The so-called real Dharma is the way of the Bodhisattva. Before the performance, book clubs were held in various places to convey the spirit of the Lotus Sutra. The ITV station continued this concept by producing high-ranking Taiwanese opera performers to pass on these concepts. This time, they specially invited art groups who joined. At the beginning of the spring this year, Sun Cui Feng Studio, Tang Meiyun Taiwanese Opera Troupe, and Henan Opera Hero Wang Hailing and Youth Theater have all joined the rehearsal. In addition to the thrilling bells and drums, there are also people-friendly performances, body movements in Beijing opera, and beautiful singing, which are integrated into Tzu Chi's philosophy.
Looking at the Lotus Sutra this time, we have to revise and revise, modify, create and create, and then change from dynamic to static. How do we set it? This is the process of practice, and it can't be done in 1 or 2 days.
How about a way of telling stories that is easy to understand and more acceptable to everyone? so that more believers can learn about the Dharma through this kind of performance as it is more approachable.
能够了解到我们的佛法它其实是那么平易近人的。
Starting from the scenery of the heart, everyone involved in the performance must enter the spiritual realm of the Lotus Sutra, interpret it with their heart, and promote the essence of Tzu Chi for the past 55 years.